But speaking of health, you're still active track and field wise. You're still the official at the Jesuit Sheaner relays. You're an official for several cross country and track meets throughout the year. So, Herb, let's say this virus goes away pretty quickly. What do you have planned for this next track season?
Well, I've already composed a letter to. We had 119 schools last year from Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, in Texas, high school teams, boys and girls. And I'd already let them know that we're ready to go, and that we have teams from all over Texas. They come to this meet, and some have called it the Texas Relays North. And so, but it does attract people from all over if they're looking for competition. And now it's a one-day meet. So in that regard, they can come, put in a good day's meet of activity and meet good competition, get themselves ready for district and region, Austin, state meets, and be home and be in their beds that same night.
Yeah, and you
in the area.
And in the last few years, you've actually incorporated an elite 2-mile race Friday night before.
Oh, that's correct. That's right. That gives the boy a chance to run. That's the only race on Friday,
right?
Friday night. So he could run the 2 miles then come back and Saturday afternoon and run the mile or the old 1600. So it's and Michael, my son, has been instrumental in getting about the 65 officials that we need to run the meet. Good officials, certified officials.
Oh, yeah.
And that means referees and people, starters, and good people. And so it's a dandy of well officiated. Everybody, that's good. On a good track, good material, good officiating, and good timing. So everything works very well.
Do you have plans? Do you have plans this year to be at any other meets?
Well, I still will go if Mike asks me and they don't run me off generally. I sit in the golf cart and I get paid, but I may be a jury of appeals.
Okay.
So that's, experience goes a long way when you're considering disqualifying somebody or some team. Experience goes a long way. The first time I was asked was a coach out in Garland, one of the schools, and I'd never refereed before, never even knew there was a track and field handbook to referee. And he said that, no, we're going to race and start over the long jump when we run it the next day. And I agreed with him. Well, the girl came up with the rule book and showed us that whatever has been participated in will stand, and then you continue on the next day. After that time, I read that I learned where to order these books from Indianapolis, and I'd get one every year and go over it 2 or 3 times and read it. But along with that, the most important thing is the experience, because that counts so much. Oh, by the way, we had a state meet, a UI TAPS state meet, the Catholic League state meet,
right?
And it was time, but I was coaching. When was that? In 1957. That was the year we had that great sprinter too. And I called my ex-coach at Texas University. And he was great friends of Kidd, Mr. Kidd, and he was in charge of the UIL, and his son Kidd was running an 880 there on the track team with me, and I asked him if he would hold the TAP TCIL meet down in Austin for us, and yeah, we can put you in with the B team, B or some kind of a little smaller school division. And I didn't think that would be good and appropriate for us. But can you imagine TCIL running with the UIL? But back then it might have been possible, but not nowadays. And that's forbidden. But we end up running that first meet at SMU.
Gotcha.
And we won that meet, by the way. Jesuit Dallas, they did, and that was those have been interesting times.
I understand.
Sort of like the interesting at times, like getting free back home was interesting times in World War II, and going to the university. But my gosh, I'd grown up, and I could play, I could run and play football like the big boys. In the Army, I played with the center, All East Center from Frank Varga, Temple, and the quarterback was from Dartmouth. I was the halfback. And in the championship game, I made the only touchdown, so we won. And here I was
there you go.
Couldn't do anything in high school. I was just too small. Then from then on, late bloomer. From then on, I could compete with just like. And then I would get boys. I just loved the event of sport, just like you love the sports, and what you've done for people is remarkable. The athletes and for the coaches, we thank you for that. Thank you very much.
Well, Herb, I was going to say the same thing to you. You're an inaugural member of the Texas Track and Field Hall of Fame. I know you're in the Jesuit Hall of Fame for all you've done there. You've been an official, an honorary referee. Your impact, your legacy on our sport here in Texas and beyond, let's face it, it's immense. We also thank you, obviously, for your service to the nation. So I just want to say thank you for not only all of that, but as well giving up some time this afternoon to talk with me.
Well, two other things that come to my mind, if you don't mind me inserting that. Pellegrini was the number one in the nation, our boy, when I had him. And then the three boys that threw in the 190s in the discus.
Right.
About 2 years ago, a boy from Houston area, from
Hightower, Gabe Oladipo,
came up and threw the Texas high school record, 215 feet and 2 inches.
Yeah.
That's a credit to the meet, and and of course we love those athletes. And I got to meet the mom and dad, and he's going to A&M, and that was good. And then our Schaefer boy that ran in '57, he broke Eddie Southern's, who's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
he broke Eddie Southern's 200-yard dash over at Southwest recreational meet that year. And then also he ran with Sid Garton that on the relays. Sid was just initiated into the Texas Hall of Fame, and Sid and Mike, my sprinter, won gold trophies and clocks and all things every year for 3 years. And I have one on my desk, Kansas relays, first place trophies. Each of those Texas relays, Kansas, Drake relays. So I could go on. And Murphy graduated and won the conference championship up at the Naval Academy, and so we just had a heck of a time. And you're having a good time, I hope. Because
always.
I appreciate you, and I like being around your coaching friends, and they like you, and we appreciate you very much.
Thank you, Herb. And we will talk with you soon. Tell your son hello back there. I hear him in the background.
Yeah,
Herb,
yeah.
Herb, you stay safe, and we will see you in person soon.
Absolutely.
Thank
Have
you,
a
sir.
great time. Thank you, sir. Bye.